This episode is sponsored by Squarespace. Go to squarespace.com/woodnessgoodness for a discount.
Hello there, and welcome to Woodness Goodness. Do you ever find yourself in the middle of Project Armageddon? Between the projects you got going on, the projects you haven't started, and of course, the projects you have not yet completed. Well, I'm here to help you. Now, I don't necessarily have all the tips, tricks, and answers as to why we find ourselves in Project Armageddon, but I'm here to let you know that you're not alone. Take the exterior of my house, for example. This past summer and fall, I painted it with help from my father, and we painted it white with black trim. It looks absolutely phenomenal. I would highly recommend it. Now here's the deal. This is the angle that everybody sees. You pull up to the driveway. Oh wow, you painted your house, looks excellent. And well, this is the back of my house, and as you can see, 3/4 of the way up, the white color stops, and that's simply because we didn't have a tall enough ladder to get to the top, and now that it's too cold, well, the motivation has simply disappeared. It's not a big deal though. We'll finish it, eventually. As you can see here, my garage door, well, it simply isn't there. We had a storm roll through, ripped it clean off its hinges. I've got some plastic up, and that works surprisingly well. Motivation, again, has declined a little bit in order to fix that because, well, it just simply isn't top of mind because, well, that plastic sheet does an excellent job. We'll eventually get to it, and it'll eventually look incredible. And well, this is the inside of my workshop. Yes, the last video you probably saw, we were reinventing, reimagining, renovating the space. Halfway through, to the point where it was now usable, I kind of started using it. I was just at the edge of my seat, so darn excited to start those projects. And as you can see, I'm talking to my YouTube subscribers. What do you think of this workshop?
Very good.
Yeah, is it clean or messy?
Messy.
Should Daddy clean it up?
Yeah.
And don't worry, I will obviously finish this. It's just that teeter-totter list of to-dos and honey-do lists and things that I want to do, things I haven't done yet, things I haven't completed are all converging. What do we have here? Well, this is a U-Haul camper trailer. They only made them for 2 to 4 years, I think, in the 80s, and U-Haul would simply rent this to you if you wanted to camp and, didn't have a camper yourself. So this is very unique. It's all fiberglass, very cool. We bought this about 5 years ago because there was a last-minute camping trip we wanted to do with our friends on the east coast of the United States, and we made our way to Prince Edward Island. It was absolutely fantastic. Highly recommend it. And now I've had this trailer ever since. We used it once, but that's okay. So don't worry, I will finish this, but again, this is just one of the projects that I'm currently working on. As you can see here, we are in front of my original OG cabin. Well, there's been nowhere to really go to the bathroom, and now that I have a bed in there, I've decided to start building another dookie den. Obviously, I started it, and then I realized I'd rather go to the off-grid property and start building the real one. So anyhow, don't worry, this will get complete, but it's just one thing on the list that, we'll eventually get to. We all have our reasons that we tend to procrastinate or wait to the last minute. I mean, that's just the way motivation rolls, Like my wife and I are expecting our second child any day. And, I've all of a sudden realized that I have an energy deep within me. And I've just started cranking on all these projects. Yes, I've started a bunch along the way, but, it's okay. Productivity is the start and the end of something, you know what I mean? You might be asking yourself, is there a cure for this kind of mentality, this approach to starting, stopping, and never completing projects? Well, to tell you the honest, gosh darn truth, I'm not sure there is. This is who I am. This is who I've slowly become over the last 33 years of living on this planet. I love trying new things. I love buying tools, and therefore, I will try and do pretty much everything I can. Am I stressed? Put it this way, stress is a man-made word, and around here, I man-make everything. This is another horse trailer you guys may or may not know. I converted one of these into a mobile bar, and I had such a good time with it, I immediately purchased another one, even though I wasn't ready necessarily to start on it. But, like a good cryptocurrency, I'm really hoping this increases in value as I just have it sit on my property for years to come. You may or may not recognize this project. This is my tiny cabin office thing that I was building. It's 8 by 12. The idea was to build a very cool kind of unit that could be transported on someone else's property. Perhaps I sell it. I'm not sure exactly, and I don't know exactly when along the way that I completely lost all motivation, but it happened, and well, here it is. And don't worry, we will absolutely finish this. In terms of schedule or calendar or fiscal year, I am not entirely sure, but that's not what's important. What's important is that we started it, and look at it, it's incredible. Welcome to the front door. This is, you know, where everyone walks into the house. They get the first kind of feeling and vibe of, you know, how my wife and I keep our place. And as you can see, well, I have a piece of my HVAC here, some old cabinets. The thing is I had to rip out my HVAC air return in order to continue flooring because the HVAC return was built in my cabinets. Anyhow, it's a long story, not worth getting into. But yes, I did start to dismantle my HVAC, and I should probably get it fixed sooner than later. And yes, I will totally hire someone. I'm not a crazy person. And don't worry, my wife is ultra supportive of things of this nature lying around our property. It's not a big deal. Ah yes, this right here is a thing of beauty. This is what I would call a completed section of my home. This is the living room. The paint is complete. The flooring is complete here, which is an absolute miracle considering I've been doing it for 6 months. This is one of those trophies and the reason why I take on so many projects, because this feeling that I feel right now, there's nothing quite like it. So like any normal person, during this renovation, we decided to take up our cabinets in order to get that beautiful, nice hardwood floor underneath them for, you know, a proper install. And doing such, we ended up removing our oven, cutting the power to the oven. I haven't rerouted the power yet because we're changing where the oven's gonna be to that side. This will eventually be an island with a sink. It's gonna be absolutely beautiful. And we haven't had a working oven in over 6 months, but that's okay. I'm very resourceful. I have my camp stove here. I've got a black stone grill top over there. We do smoke out the place quite often, and that's okay. That's why the black stone's over there beside the sliding door. So you just crack it open and the smoke can leave the premises. I mean, it's not a big deal when you challenge yourself. You start to come up with solutions you didn't know you had. This is our sink. Half the cabinets are removed. That way I could put the hardwood flooring and continue down the hallway so the pattern would be correct when I got to my bedroom. So not all is lost. I mean, we've lost pretty much all our storage, but my wife is really making use of the space she has, which is absolutely fantastic. Mwah, I love you so much, babe. Thank you so much for being so supportive in this time. You can also see the flooring, not quite done here. Why? Well, I don't want to be like absolutely ludicrous and remove all the cabinets. I just wanted to remove about 85% of them. And therefore I haven't continued the floor because again, the cabinets are in the way. We have a brand new oven. We got a really good deal on it a couple months back. I'm really hoping by the time we use it that the warranty won't have run out because that would be kind of awkward. This is possibly one of my favorite corners of the new layout that we're working with in our kitchen. This is our dining room table and I've taken up about half of it for my Blackstone cooktop. Burgers, grilled cheese, paninis, grilled onions, you name it, I've made it on this thing, which is awesome. Oh, and beside me, this is our Black Friday dishwasher. Again, still in the box, not sure exactly when we're gonna unwrap it. In fact, we're actually hoping that this is the color we ordered, but who knows? We just don't wanna make too much more work for ourselves, so we're just gonna keep it in the box until we're ready to install. This right here is a bathroom I renovated all by myself. It's got a heated tile floor. The vanity is a one piece we ordered online, but I installed the mirrors, the shiplap, did all the electrical. I even split the plumbing so we have 2 sinks instead of the old single. This right here, again, is a perfect example of an 80% complete job. So from that angle, it looked like the bathroom was complete, but like you, I like a good old optical illusion. And as you can see, the crown molding on the top is still not complete. That's going on about maybe 1.5 to 2 years. The trim around the door also not complete. In fact, this whole wall still deserves some paint. So this project got put on hold because, well, the bathroom was just so wonderful, the heated tile floor, mwah. It was an absolute pleasure to be in here that we completely forgot to take out the old shower that is totally from the 70s. It is absolutely disgusting, but guess what? When you're wet and have soap in your eyes, you don't even notice. Ah yes, this is my bedroom. Liz and I sleep here. This is our bed. It's super duper comfortable. That's our headboard against the wall. I had to deconstruct this because we've been reflooring in here this past week, taking flooring up, removing some furniture, putting some flooring down, shifting some furniture. It's not a big deal. I highly recommend it. Hopefully 2-3 months down the road, we'll be able to get the baseboard up. But anyhow, things are moving and cruising along. Very excited about that. This right here, this is pretty special. This is my daughter's bedroom. And as you can see, this beautiful flooring that I've been laying for the past 6 months has made its way here. But here's some subfloor and here's the old floor. I'm conflicted. I don't quite know what to do, and therefore I've just kind of paused the process. I'm not sure if I want to rip this whole unit out or, you know, continue the floor just under the flooring section. So because I'm not really sure what we're going to do, we've just simply put a pause on this section right here, which is totally fine. Again, the space is usable, still looks great in here. Not many people notice because not many people stick their heads through the door. It's really just Liz and I that notice. And again, my wife, totally fine with it. She's more, honestly, she's easier going than I am when it comes to these things. Babe? This is our upstairs hallway. As you can see, it's being utilized absolutely incredibly. This is the hardwood flooring. I come up here, open a box, select a couple pieces, and take them down. It's a really great idea. This is our guest bedroom, which is also hosting, yes, more hardwood flooring. Again, I've been running out of space because there's so many projects going on that I'm simply sticking things every possible square inch of this place. And you know what? It's working. I mean, look at this stuff. Absolutely incredible. It's like a Walmart of projects. You can just select anything you want, take it, and you're good to go. And this, well, this is my old office, which is now turned into a collection of items. It could still be considered an office if you spent a couple hours and cleared that desk over here. It's also a ship station. This is where a lot of the merch gets shipped from. And don't worry, I make sure it's very clean in here when I'm shipping things out. That way it's prompt, it's clean. You're not gonna receive anything with any dog hair on it or any kind. Don't you worry. Look at me, I've got spray foam there. I've got a tool chest here. I've got popsicle sticks everywhere because I'm pretty sure my daughter got in here at some point along the way. I've got a nice plant in here just for that feng shui, you know, purification of the air, so to speak. I should probably finish this room sooner than later, considering we are having a second child any day. But again, if you want to get motivated for something, get your wife pregnant and wait until the very last week of her pregnancy to really get that motivation going. It's incredible how much work you can get done when you are a week out from having your other child. It's just incredible. Highly recommend it. There's no motivation like it. We all struggle with Project Armageddon, and it's because we care too darn much about saving money and doing things ourselves. There's nothing wrong with that. There's a good chance that I won't see you for some time since I am expecting a second child. And no, this is not a joke. This is just a very strange Woodness goodness way letting you know that my wife and I are about to have a baby. Don't worry, we will make it to the property sooner than later. As you can see, my hands are quite full and I'm just kind of trying to get everything done and keep my life intact and my wife happy because, well, this is not the most ideal place to raise 2 children quite yet. Be sure to get after it, everybody, and hopefully we will see you sooner than later. Love you all. Take care. Bye.
Squarespace is easily my favorite platform to build a website. It gives people a powerful and beautiful online platform from which to create your website. Squarespace makes it possible to connect with your audience and generate revenue through gated members-only content. You can manage your members, send email communications, and you can even leverage audience insights, which is really great for many different kinds of businesses. Create a community on your Squarespace website. With powerful blogging tools, Squarespace extensions, you can even manage inventory, promote products, and streamline bookkeeping when you start selling stuff on your website. You can even display posts from your social profiles on your website. Go to squarespace.com for a free trial, and when you're ready to launch, go to squarespace.com/woodnessgoodness to save 10% off your purchase of a website or domain. Thanks Squarespace for sponsoring this video, and we'll see you on the next one.